To seize your day at Volcano Bay? In this video, I will be giving you all the best tips, tricks, and advice to master your day at this amazing Orlando water park. Now, most of what I'm going to talk about in this video, I highly recommend doing, but there's one thing in particular that I just don't recommend spending your money on, as I believe it is a big waste of money. So if you want to see what you should not do at Volcano Bay, stay tuned and watch this whole video to find out how to have the best day ever at Volcano Bay. You're probably wondering is, when should you visit Volcano Bay? Now, I would personally recommend avoiding weekends, holidays, and school breaks. Now, this is kind of anticlimactic just because in my most recent visit to Volcano Bay, I visited during Memorial Day weekend, and despite the crowds, I was still able to get pretty much everything I wanted to done, besides a couple slides I didn't really care about that badly. Even if you can only visit during these crowded times, with good planning you can still get everything done, but just for the least crowds possible, always, if you can, avoid weekends, holidays, and school breaks. So the next question you're probably wondering is, when should you arrive at Volcano Bay? Now, I would always recommend to get to Volcano Bay an hour before opening. And actually, with Volcano Bay, it's actually probably better to get to the park an hour and a half before opening, because here's the thing. With Volcano Bay, there's no way to park anywhere near the park. You have to park in the Universal parking garage that is nearby both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and then take a shuttle bus to Volcano Bay. So because of that, it will probably be a better idea to get to the park an hour and a half before opening, so you have enough time to park, get your stuff ready, board that shuttle, and just get to the park during that time. And then also, I highly recommend, due to crowds, stay at Volcano Bay till closing, especially because this park closes relatively soon compared to the other Universal parks, as it opens at 9 a.m., which is typical for the Universal parks, but it also closes at 7 p.m. So you have less time to do everything than you would at the Universal parks. So one saving grace with Volcano Bay is they do offer early entry. Now this early entry is for an hour before the park opens, so according to the times I gave you, that would be at 8 o'clock. And the one downside is it's only available to hotel guests and annual pass holders, which means this is a pretty expensive upgrade, but if you do have the money and you're willing to stay on site, there's literally a hotel right next to Volcano Bay, and combined with that early entry, that can give you plenty of time to get to the most popular attractions, like, for example, Krakatau Aqua Coaster early, which is easily the park's most popular attraction, as the last time I visited, it got up to a 5-hour wait, which I believe is par for the course with that ride. Just know Krakatau can get some crazy lines, so that's one of the main reasons of why early entry can be worth it if you have the money to spare. See if Universal Express passes are worth it. Spoiler alert, they're not. Now, this is because the regular Express Pass for Volcano Bay will run you $110 to $130 per person, and then the Express Plus Pass will run you $140 to $150 per person. Now, for that extra $30 per person with the Express Plus Pass, you're getting access to all 3 drop slides at Volcano Bay and the Oh No and Oh Yeah body slides. Now, personally, for that extra $30, those slides are not worth the extra $30. But also, the bigger issue with the express passes is that even though you are allowed to skip the virtual queue lines, you're still not guaranteed that you'll be able to do all the attractions in one day. So that's why I feel like just buying a second day at Volcano Bay is a much better option. Plus, it's cheaper because Express regular will cost you $110 per person, while a single day ticket to Volcano Bay right now, as of this video is recording, will cost you $90 per person. So for those reasons, I don't believe Express passes are worth it at all. Now let's look at some important information about Universal's TapuTapu for Volcano Bay. Now the TapuTapu wristband will be vital to having the best day at Volcano Bay, as it allows you to enter the virtual queue lines and make reservations for rides. Now note, The TapuTapu wristband is included with your park ticket, and also you can only enter one ride at a time. So for instance, for me, I went straight to Krakatau and put my time in for that ride, which easily gets the longest line in the park. And at least at park opening, I was able to get on some nearby raft slides and also Kookiri body plunge during that time while I was waiting for Krakatau Aqua Coaster. Now, I did get pretty lucky there, but just note with Volcano Bay, a lot of rides, if you can hit them early, will be ride nows, and therefore you don't have to join the virtual queue line. As the day progresses, most of the rides will have a pretty long wait of an hour to an hour and a half. Now, if you want a good ride that you can easily do while waiting for other rides, my personal favorite for that would be Tiawa, the Fearless River, as that thing is just pure fun and is fairly relaxing. Perfect combination of fun and relaxing. And if you're curious, that's one of those faster rivers where you're required to wear a life vest, and the jets can get you moving pretty fast, plus there's plenty of waterfalls and whatnot, and it's all fairly relaxing. So that was my go-to attraction for waiting for these virtual queue lines. So as for my recommended ride order for Volcano Bay, I would personally recommend to go straight to Krakatau Aqua Coaster, as that ride is easily the most popular ride in the park, as when I got there right at park opening, it already had a 2-hour wait. And when I last visited the park this past Sunday, it hit a max wait of 5 hours, which is probably par to the course for Krakatau, but that is still crazy long. And as I also mentioned earlier, try to ride as many slides as you can early as possible. As for example, when I got to the park fairly early on, a lot of the raft slides and all the trapdoor slides were walk-ons. So while I was waiting for Krakatau, I could get on several different raft slides and also Kookiri body plunge within that time. Now, one thing to note when it comes to attractions that say ride now, even though they say ride now, that won't always mean it's a walk-on. Now, one thing I noticed is with most of the raft slides that say ride now, it will be a walk-on pretty much for the most part. You will have to wait in a small like 5-10 minute wait, but it's not bad. Now for Kookiri body plunge on the other hand, even though that said ride now, I still had to wait a solid 20 minutes for it, which isn't horrible, but that's still one thing to note when visiting Volcano Bay. For dining at Volcano Bay, one thing that's good with Volcano Bay compared to the other Universal parks is Volcano Bay has much better food than the other Universal parks. Now, I visited all the Universal parks this year and ate at all of them, and yeah, from my experience, Volcano Bay has had the best food. As for my recommendations, I will always recommend for any park to eat breakfast before you visit and then eat dinner after you visit. And now, from my personal experience on my last time I visited Volcano Bay, I ate lunch at this restaurant called Bamboo, and I got a chicken sandwich, and it was pretty good. Way better food than what I've had at the other Universal parks this year. So that's why I think paying the extra money to eat at Volcano Bay is actually not a bad option, as the food isn't like amazing, but it's pretty darn good for an amusement park. Those are all my recommendations for what to eat and when to eat at Volcano Bay. I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed the video, remember to give this video a like and share this video with anybody you know who will be visiting Orlando soon. And also remember to subscribe to Southeastern Thrills and check out my video on how to have the best day ever at Universal's Islands of Adventure. Peace.